When you start talking about a spiritual path, most time people think of deities and gods. And this is supernatural. We're talking about energetic influences that exist not in the close near earth planes, but overworlds and underworlds. We're talking about where gods reside and demons and other creatures that have more long-term effects and also relate to humans in a very special relationship and exact a special relationship with humans that, whether you believe it or not, help perpetuate their existence in the overworld and the underworld, and their existence in the overworld and underworld help perpetuate the patterns that you live in this world. It's a two-way street. We will go over that a lot in our upcoming lessons. But then we'll just discuss gods and God concepts, the concept of the divine spark and other cosmology. We try to teach that you develop your own soul. Some people believe that you accept a piece of the divine spark as a part of the soul mixed with your own spirit. And then you become one with it, or you recognize your oneness with it. Either way is true. Why? Because I've experienced it to be. All these paths, all these supernatural traditions and religions, there are truths in each and every single one of them. It's understanding what they are, why, and how they work. It's learning to make a choice of how you want to have a relationship with deity. Whether you invoke them, or you have an ecstatic experience where they reside within you and leave their magical effects. Whether or not you work with them in such a way to work with magic, or you invoke them in an abstract concept, using your relationship with it either by soul or by will, and working with the frame and fabric and all the psychological and spiritual symbolic processes, ceremonies, rituals, to meet the criteria to work with these deities, to work and align yourself with the underworld and the overworld in the ways that you so choose, to make an effect here or in your person. How you need to be able to align yourself with those deities, or choose to have a relationship with those deities in those places on your own terms. Being able to be aware of their agendas, accept them or not, respect them or not, accept the consequences of your actions either way. This is about responsibility, but it also is about you developing your own special capabilities of being your own being, to have your own unique place in the universe, and to be able to choose your path, to walk your path. That is what people embracing change are about. But we also realize that we also have to develop a social order. Most of us have become socially disenfranchised, and only to repeat the same unsophisticated social games within our own disenfranchised social groups. With the pagan movements and the 60s and 70s, where we had stultifying, ossified, arch-conservative behaviors, people have absolutely denied any type of authority, because literally people have failed to earn the right and respect to have that authority. But then again, in the disenfranchised groups, the only leaders are the ones who are studied and capable sociopaths, or those who develop it in lieu of being in mainstream, now come to the disenfranchised groups to enjoy their own particular pleasures and outlooks that the disenfranchised group has to offer, but only taking and using people who have the best intent. We don't need to see that anymore. We need to have trust in people and elders that can see sociopaths for what they are. We have to have people who are trained to develop skills and abilities and be trusted and be relied upon. You have to develop a concept of family and society instead of emulating the failed practices of the past 100 years. We need to emulate the best of other societies. The respected elders, not elders because they're old. Elders because they've been trusted and proven themselves to be worthy of respect because they've kept their honor. They kept to their morals. They say, do, and mean what they say what they do, and do what they say. Thought, word, and deed. Most importantly, deed. And you have to be able to observe it. Not just hear it. Not just feel it, because that's what sociopaths want you to believe, is what you feel by what they say, not by what they do. They only will show you what they do with a few people. In a nice, fractured, disenfranchised world, dysfunctional world, we don't get to see all the person all the time. We don't live in a tight-knit clan or group. So we can't verify their behavior with other people or whether they're setting you up for something else. That's why PEC is about developing a tribe, an extended family, and extended clans, of developing those social mechanisms where you start to learn that someone has to be a leader, and they have to be trusted, and they have to be cultivated and grown, and have to be made aware of it. And how are you going to do that if you're just one of the sheep following what society dictates? You can think you have all the free will in the world, but you're still not free to change your personality based on the patterns society dictates. If you become a free and authentic individual that uses critical thinking, not using emotionally driven pattern of repeated, spoon-fed information that feels right, but have honest to goodness thinking processes, thought processes, your own ideas. Critically think about what people say and do. Then you're able to analyze who could be leaders, who are willing to sacrifice themselves, who have had the discipline to be honest and truthful, can be counted on doing what is right instead of what they're paid to do. Have the truth and conviction in yourself that you have to trust somebody to do something right, not what you feel that you want, but have the conviction of knowing that what's going to be done right is what not only you need, but the society needs. And that requires personal responsibility, conviction, morals, and a concept of ethics about society as a whole, and your relation and commitment to it. Now, we're not teaching these classes to teach people to become part of the tribe. It would be nice if you did, and it would be nice if you do. What would be better yet is to be able to take these ideas and grow yourself and grow your community. If you become part of our community, and that our community is able and worthy of that light, to shine that light, and you can shine that light and reflect it, it would edify us to no end. More importantly, it would edify yourself and the people that you love. That's how we want to grow. Thank you. This is Arkenstone from People Embracing Change and PEC Training. We will have more classes videotaped and put online as we grow and develop our classes in our training school. Thank you very much, and hope to see you soon.